What's up, everybody? Doing an update here on the RZR 1000. Just a little update on the end of the day. Here I did some work and the heater's kicking on. Thanks, heater. I got a plate built to do some wiring. A little more, a little warm, but not too bad. I had it running, I had the machine running up to operating temperature just to see how hot this plate got. I was worried about getting hot. I don't think it'll be too bad, but who knows? We'll see. I got a Blue Seas 12 circuit distribution block running power and ground down from the distribution posts up here. I got a different keyed on accessory. Here's the factory keyed on accessory right here wire. The only reason I modified this is because this is a courtesy. Like when you turn the key on, you know, your underfloor lights and everything. It kept my aftermarket gauges on when I turned the key off, and it kept them on for like, I can't remember, was it 20 seconds or something like that. I didn't like that personally, and if I have a radio in it later on, which I know I'm definitely going to get a radio, I don't want it to be on for 20 seconds after turning the key off. I mean, it's not a bad thing, but I just don't want it to be like that. So I went and got up under the dash here, which I could pull it up, but I'm not going to because I don't want to have to relash it. And I got into the factory key. Of course, the factory key. I got into the key harness right off the end there. I tapped into a wire. That's when the key's on, and when it's off, there's no power to it, right when you turn the key off. And ran that down and ran it into the yellow wire, which is a hot or an exciter wire for the relay. And then ran it as a normal relay. And then I put a 30 amp fuse, which it does not need to be a 30 amp fuse. We're probably going to back that down. This is the keyed on accessory post. This is the fan override. That's the fan override relay, which runs into the dash also and hooks up to a switch. I got spots here for 3 relays, which will be for front lower lights here, which is what my spacers and bolts are here for right now. But with my windshield, I can't use my light brackets that I got without cutting my windshield. I really didn't want to cut my window. Plexiglass window, I don't like cutting plexiglass, it sucks. I thought it'd just be easier to space these out. Don't worry, these aren't the bolt that I'm using. I'm actually going to get some, well, I actually have some that match the factory black bolts. It'll look better. I would also paint these black, the same black that I painted this. And yeah, so that's what that's going to be there. And I'm going to have another relay for those lights there. Then I'm going to have a light up under here, probably an aux beam. These are, I can't remember who makes the lights that I got down here. They're little 2x3. So they're 6 LEDs. I got those. I'm going to get them an aux beam also. I think I'm going to end up ordering a weather pack connection kit just because I like to be able to plug and play stuff, and I think I'm going to do that with all the wires that run into my dash. I'm going to have one big weather pack. I'll undo the weather pack, and the whole dash will be able to come out once I unhook the other factory wires as well. And maybe I'll wire in the factory wires so it's just one big plug, and boom, the whole dash comes out. Simple as that. I don't know yet. I haven't decided what I'm going to do. But I'm actually liking really how this is working out. It's warm. And I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm going to have to get my light out of my pocket, which is going to be a pain here. Hold on. To let you guys see that. But I don't know if you can see up in there. Yeah, you can right there. They're my bolts for my distribution block. I know they're a little long. But I put some of that heat tape up there. My radiator, hose, and vent tube are all up under there, and so are my lights for my headlights and stuff. They're all up under there. Zip tied to some different spots. As you guys see, I put heat tape on there so hopefully limit some of the heat that comes up here. I moved my diagnostic plug from right there because it was interfering with a fuse that I had. My fuse for my gauges are still right here. I didn't move it because I didn't feel like it works where it's at. It'll be fine. And it's got a 5 amp fuse that comes out of it to go to my gauges, and that's keyed on accessory. And I got a 30 amp. How big is my relay? A 30/40 amp relay. I got a 30 amp fuse on it. It's not going to ever use 30 amps, and if it does, it'll either pop that 5 amp fuse or the 30 amp fuse, one of the two. Whatever I'm going to have hooked onto that. Yeah, I got harnesses. I got room for 2 more spots, or 2 more things here, if I ever decide. I've figured how I'm going to do this. On the firewall, it's going to be system-oriented things like ketone accessory, fan override, and different things like that, like what I have. And then here is going to be different auxiliary lights, like my front high beam, or not my high beam, my front LED bar and my 2 LED lights on the side. Yeah, and I'm going to end up mounting them 3 here. I'm going to have the 2 for the lights down here, because they're going to be on a separate switch than the light bar up top. And then I'll have a 3rd spot for a relay that I have room to grow and whatever I'm going to do. I don't know yet, but we'll figure something out with it. Apparently the heater thinks it needs to turn on again. But for the tires, guys, I decided to go with something different. I ordered me a set of Rebel wheels with the Pro Armor Crawler XGs, the 30-inch tires with the red bead lock. So yeah, I'm going to be running them. They're 8 plies. They're kind of like the, I think I have the XCs over here. Well, an XC, I think it is. And my spare tire of my Trailblazer. Yeah, I know, I keep stuff at work. They always bitch and moan about that. But, sorry about that noise. These are the Crawler, I believe these are the XC. No, XR. XR. That's the Crawler XR. It's going to be like this, but it's going to have a little bit more lug. This is a 26 or 28. This is, yeah, 28, and the factors are 29. I went with the 30s, the XGs instead of the XRs. We have this one because it's a display tire, so it's got a big hole in the sidewall. So, yeah, I just brought it in here to hold it up to see how I'd like it. It's going to take it from 64 inches wide. It's going to sprawl it out to 72 inches wide. So that'll help it not be as tipsy at high-speed cornerings on the flats, so, or at a flat angle, the opposite, whatever. Just going to keep it a little more sturdy, and it's not going to affect much of anything. It's just going to get me muddier. But I think the XGs will also wear a little bit better, and the bead locks look cool, and the Rebel wheels on this machine looks pretty badass. So, yeah. And maybe with the 30s, I'll probably end up clutching it with an EPI clutch. I've heard some good things about EPI, and we've used them here in the past. In fact, that's what's in my 500 Sportsman over there. So we're going to be probably clutching it for the little bit bigger tires. It doesn't really matter. 30 inches is not a big difference, means it's got 29s on it right now. It's got 29 big corners. 29 11 14s in the rear and 29 8s or 9s. Yeah, 29 9s in the front. And we're going to be with 30 10s all the way around. I thought about going with just the Rebel wheels and keeping them max as bighorns. I'm going to keep the tire and wheel combo anyways. I know that. I'm keeping the set of wheels and tires, of course. I'm going to probably run these in the mud and stuff because these will do a little bit more better in the mud than the crawlers will. But these are good tires also. They're a 6-ply, and they're a good tire. They're a good tire. I like those tires. But I figured the XGs will just sprawl it out, and I got a hell of a deal on the wheel and tire set, so that's another reason why I bought the tires with it. So that's what we're doing on tires. The Rockford, or the stereo for it's going to be a Rockford Center. I can't remember what the product name is right now, the product number. But the radio and the brackets mounted in the dash is available, but the pods go under it, under the dash, are not available till next month. Which by the time this video is posted, they're probably available. So go check that out. If maybe I'll have an update later on and have them installed. I don't think I'll be able to get them right away, because this thing's expensive, guys. Them tires alone are, if you go price a set of wheels and tires, Rebel wheels with Pro Armor XGs in it, and I didn't pay that. I paid a lot less, actually. With the bead locks and everything, I still paid a lot less than that, just because I work for a Polaris dealer and they got me a killer deal through beans. I got a hell of a lot cheaper. I didn't get them at cost or anything, guys, so no, I don't get stuff that cheap, but I get a pretty good discount on Polaris parts. That's a good reason why I own a Polaris. Everything's cheaper than list price, Except for all my accessories, like my Pro Armor harnesses. That's not latched because I got to unhook the battery again, because I'm going to do more wiring tomorrow, so I'll just unhook it now. What else? There's other accessories that I bought. My Pro Armor belts, my odometer gauges, all the accessories that aren't Polaris, I pay full price for unless it's something I get through where I work. And I mean, this is a good thing to do. Like, I got a set of floorboards relatively cheap. Like, I got a set of floorboards for my four-wheeler, brand new footwells for basically the price of one. Working for a dealership and doing this it's cheaper. It is a lot cheaper. And I go all out when I build shit like this. I'm gonna be keeping this thing for a long time because I'm gonna be paying on this thing for a long time. So yeah, but I'm knocking her in the ass though. I'm trying to pay as much more over what my minimum payment is as I can, because I really don't want to pay on it as long, because I know that Polaris is going to come out with something even more meaner. Is meaner a word? Even more evil than the 1K turboed, and they're going to have something better down the line other than the General. So I drove the General. The General's cool, but I'm happy I went with the RZR just because the RZR looks evil. Look at that thing. It's just evil. And I'm happy I went with the RZR just because I think they handle better. Well, yeah, they handle better. Obviously, they got better suspension. But the General's got good suspension. But I'm going to let you guys on one thing. If you're going to buy a General, get the highest deluxe model you can, the Fox shocks. The Fox shocks are worth it. I drove the blue model. The blue model sucks compared to the Fox shocks model. I think it rides 10 times better. I mean, the sad thing is, the Walker Evans on this beat the hell out of the Fox shocks on the General. Just the way these are set up. If I had the money to put Fox shocks on this, I would put Fox shocks on this machine. But I ain't got the money for the Fox shocks. Maybe someday, that's a $5,000 option, I think, isn't it? I could get it cheaper. So that wouldn't be a bad deal. I could get it cheaper, but it's $5 grand for the set, I think, isn't it? $5,000 or $4,000. It might be $4,000. I can't remember. It's expensive for a set of shocks for the Fox shocks. But the Fox shocks do ride better. I will admit, after driving the turbo, I think the Fox shocks drive better. And having that front sway bar is nice. I rambled on long enough, but I'll let you guys know. I thought I'd let you guys know about this. This fuse holder by Blue Seas. This is a good fuse holder, or not a fuse holder, a good fuse block. I like it a lot. They send you some labels. They're kind of cheesy. I didn't really have anything good to write with them on there, so I didn't label them. I know what this is. I can trace the wires if I really have to. But whatever's burnt, I'm pretty much going to figure out what's burnt because it's not going to work. So this ain't like a car. I'm going to have a loaded stuff. So, and they're easy to see. All the stuff that goes on the firewall will be on this side, and all the accessories for lights will be on this side. So they give you 12 spots for hot and 12 spots for ground. So, which is awesome. I like it. Got positive, negative on insides. You can come out the ends also. Got you 4 good mounting spots. Very good. Like I said, Blue Seas. Check them out. Good stuff. Them are some cheap relays I got off eBay. So, yeah. I got some stuff from UTV Inc. coming. I got some rear trailing arm braces coming. Gusset kit that was on sale, and I picked it up because I had to order some stuff from them anyways. And I got some harness adapters that fix that from being like that to like that, the way I like it. Not curved or curled like they do. They're curled down in that plastic, and I'm not a big fan of that myself, so I'm turning them right. Yeah, I also got these switch covers from UTV Inc. This fan override switch, and then the work light switch, and they're also going to be where I'm going to get my light bar switches and stuff. What else did I order from? I ordered something else from UTV Inc. I ordered them brackets. Oh, I ordered the deep wheel lug nuts for my Rebel wheels because I didn't want Polaris's stupid ass security bit fucking lug nuts, just because they're a pain in the ass. If you ever dealt with them, you'll know what I'm talking about, because you get them. Sometimes you'll get them stripped out, or the socket will strip out, and then you'll have one stuck on, and you don't think you're going to get it off, and then you use a 12-point socket, and you kind of get it beat on or take it off. I've done it. It sucks. It just is a pain in the ass. Polaris, please do something different. Give us, guys, some options if we don't want to use the security bits, all right? Or not security bits, but the security lug nuts, all right? If you're listening, I doubt you are. But please do give us some thought. So yeah, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I have wasted 15 minutes of your time you will never get back. So we'll catch you guys later in the next video, and keep on watching.